Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Before I begin, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem, Rakha Quadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone at Ruel. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. All right, and coming with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah. A Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. And just have a quick article. Try not to make this lesson too long, okay? But this is from NDTV, and it says, "Hold on to your money. Jeff Bezos warns of recession, advises people not to buy a TV, fridge this holiday season." All right, and through the spirit, we predict it to be a very cold winter. Okay, we predict, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shah, that there's going to be an economic collapse, all right? And, hey, they're going to usher in a new form of currency. They're going to usher in a new form of payment, okay? And through the spirit, that's going to be the Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, okay? The M to the O to the T to the B, all right, which is that rice grain, that charagma. Okay, now, before all that comes to place, all right, it's all going to be a buildup, okay? And through order ab chaos, this is how Esau Edom is going to implement his NWO. Now, I want to get this word, and we can come back to this. Okay, let's get the word recession. And it says a period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activities are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GDP in 2 successive quarters. Okay, now let's get another one. And it says in economics, a recession is a business cycle contraction when there is a general decline in economic activities. Recessions generally occur when there is a widespread drop in spending. Okay. Now, earlier this year, and it's still going on right now, but, there was there was a form of inflation. And it's not only because prices were rising, it's because of the value of the dollar was declining, okay? Because we know that the dollar is not backed by gold nor silver, okay? So they're just printing large amounts of money, and with the dollar not being backed by anything, the value is decreasing, okay? And especially with the inflation, prices rising up, a lot of the American people are not able to survive. Okay, and this is why there's going to be a recession. And this is why Jeff Bezos, which is a billionaire, okay, he's in the know and he's warning the people. You also have Bill Snakes, Bill Gates, when the first pandemic was happening, he predicted if they didn't take this one serious, wait for the next one. Okay, so you have, you have these billionaires, or you have these influencers that are in the know, and they say it. They say, oh, there's going to be a recession. They say, hey, there's going to be a bad time, and usually it ends up happening, man. Okay, and that's why, hey, through the spirit, that's pertaining to the world, but in the scriptures, it tells you in the book of Ezekiel, and let's begin with that scripture. Okay, Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, Ezekiel chapter 33, let's get the point. Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 33, and it says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know a prophet have been among them. You see, so when these prophecies start coming in the past, okay, that's when everybody's going to know that, the men of the Lord were in fact right, okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, okay? So you have an individual like Jeff Bezos telling you there's going to be a recession. Or you're seeing the car industry declining. You see the home, houses industry declining. So all those signs lead to what? That there is going to be an economic collapse, man. There's going to be a recession, okay? And that's why we tell our people, to try to store and build spiritual riches rather than carnal riches, man. Because in them times, hey, it's Yahweh Shah Shah that's going to be able to feed you. Hey, he's going to be able to guide you in them times, man. And we understand that Babylon the Great, which is America, is falling. It says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed, man. And that's speaking about America. It's not speaking about ancient Babylon. Okay, so let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra. I got a few precepts in my mind, but let's start at 2nd Ezra 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the sign pass, which I told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay, so we have to so as far as Jeff Bezos and Bill Snakes and all these other dudes that's in the know, okay, you know how they're in the know and they know when certain things are about to happen. We're spiritually in the know, man. So that's why we have to, therefore, measure thou the times diligently in itself, man. Okay, when you're measuring the times, you're being circumspect, man. You're being spiritually sober. You understand that at any time, man, the Lord could shake things up, man. Okay, so that's why we can't be in the spirit of being complacent. We can't be in the spirit of being idle. We can't be in the spirit of being, content here. As far as, content in Babylon. Oh, I got a nice car. I got a nice house. I got money in the bank. Nah, man. Hey, we understand that, this is off but for a short time, okay? In verse 3, it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Okay, so, we already see earthquakes. We already see uproars of the people in the world, and it's only going to get worse, man, especially when a lot of the people in the world can't pay for things, man. Okay, and we seen that in the pandemic, man. You had individuals following people home after they're done doing groceries. You have cases where during the grocery store fighting, all right, robberies, theft, a whole lot of violence went up in them times, man. Because, when Jake don't got it, he's looking toward his neighbor, So, man, this is real, man. I'm doing a lot of rambling right now, but, this is in fact real. For an individual like Jeff Bezos to come out and say, hold on to your money. This is things that should make you, this is something that should make you, meditate on and think, why is he telling us this, right? So let me go. They might make you pay. Okay. It says Amazon founder and billionaire Jeff Bezos recently warned consumers and businesses that they should consider postponing large purchases during the holiday season as an economic recession might be in the offing. Okay. And this is the spirit, because in the end time headlines, I just seen an article that many small business, there it goes. Look, they call it by Small Shot. And it says 41% of all small business owners could not pay rent in November. And we're still in November, man. Okay. So it's just to show you that there's something brewing. There is something brewing, Let's go into it a little bit. And this is, a third source article. Okay, that's why it says opinion. And it says many experts are now warning that we could see the housing market and the commercial real estate market simultaneously crash in 2003. And that's the spirit, man, because, as previously, as I said earlier in this lesson, not only is the real estate and the housing market decreasing, but cars, okay, the car industry, a lot of people are buying cars and they're not able to pay their car note. Okay, so what does that mean? If the banks are not re-upping and getting their money, what does that mean? That's gonna cause it to crash, man. Okay. And it says, and if that were to happen, it will put an extreme amount of stress on our financial system. The only way to avoid such a fate is if the Federal Reserve starts reducing interest rates, you see? So that's just to show you that the way that the way that the economy is set up right now, a lot of Jake are taking the loans, and they're not be able to pay it. And again, if that starts happening, the only thing that's going to result of that is the market crashing. Okay. Now it says, unfortunately, that isn't going to happen. In fact, officials at the Federal Reserve keep telling us that interest rates are going to keep going up. This is literally a suicidal course of action because higher rates are going to absolutely crush the economy, man. My father, he always says this, man. He says poor people can't survive in this country no more, man. And he's right. That's why, hey, man, we got the Lord with us, man, in our day to day, and it says that though we are made poor, and we are rich if we fear Yahweh Shemashah. That's Tobit chapter 4, verse 21. But nevertheless, when you go to a grocery store, if you're not going to like if you go to Publix down here in Florida, we got Publix, man. Man, if you get about 10 items, that's easily, $60, $70, as far as produce, as far as vegetables and all those miscellaneous things like that. So, man, it's only a matter of time that this market does crash, man. Okay, so again, that's why we have to measure the other times diligently in itself, man. Okay, because again, we know what all of this is going to lead to. Those that are spiritually in the know, right? We understand that they're going to implement the charagma. Okay, all roads leads to the charagma. Okay, which is the Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. Okay. Let me see. I believe there was one more. Hey, that was on point. Let's see. Let me keep reading on it. And it says, and if you doubt this, just consider what is already happening to a new alignable survey that was just released. 41% of all small business owners in the United States cannot pay rent in November. Due to high inflation, reduced consumer spending, higher rents, and other economic pressures, U.S.-based small business owners' rent problems just escalated to new heights nationally this month. Okay. And it says, unfortunately, 41% of U.S.-based small business owner reports that they cannot pay their rent in full and on time in November, a new record for 2022. Making matters worse, this occurred during a quarter where more money should be coming in and rent delinquency rates should be decreasing. But so far this quarter, the opposite has been true, right? So, hey, man, many Jakes are living paycheck to paycheck, man. Okay. And due to the economy being this way, that's only going to lead to one thing happening, and that's the market crashing, man. Okay, so and this is why we tell, this is why the apostles, the elders and brothers down that's been fighting in this thing, they always tell brothers, man, to, hey, you can have short-term goals, man, but long-term, the only long-term goal that you should have is to get beamed up on a chariot. And I ain't telling brothers, to not have any aspirations, because we still got to be in this place, but all roads leads to the chip, man. We understand that, hey, there's going to be a cutoff date. We understand that, hey, this place is really coming to an end, man. All right. But the Lord has to put that on your spirit to see it. Okay. And let me see. Let me get one more precept and wrap up this lesson. Didn't want to make it too long. Jeremiah chapter 51. And let me get the point. Matter of fact, Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 2. And and will send unto Babylon fanners. Okay. Let me get that in a blue letter because fanners are going into exactly what we see right now, man. Things that are going to break Babylon down, brick by brick. Okay. And the sort of fanner is the inflation. A sort of a fanner is the economic system collapsing. All right. Now let's get Jeremiah 51. Jeremiah 51 and not really what we was looking for, but it still can apply. Okay, and it says, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her. Okay. Hey, when you fan something, you're ultimately what? Trying to dry it out, right? And it says, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about, right? Everybody's going to be against Babylon the Great, man. Not only because, hey, they have spoiled the nations, okay, but once they see that this place is not, what it's set out to be, hey, everybody's going to be trying to go back to their homeland. Everybody's going to be trying to get out of this place, man. Okay, because, hey, through the spirit, hey, we believe this place to be a third world country soon, man. Now, let me get the point. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 8, and it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone in his own country, for her judgment reaching unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Right. So forsake Babylon, man, because, hey, man, this place is done for, man. Okay, and we see it. It's only a matter of time, man, until they introduce the Karagma. So, just wanted to bring out this lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. I know it's, precepts that, we always go into, but, Lord willing, it was edifying to the next time, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakat, Quadash, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, every well, peace and blessing to the elect. Till next time, Shalom, Abba Ba, Kwam Yashala, Shalom.